guys, it's Brooke. I'm back. I haven't made a video in like a week, not through the lack of wanting to. It's just been, I have been so busy. It's unreal. I've been working with an amazing company that has literally, like, because of my YouTube and everything, oh god, they've taken me like across the country to film and shoot and all kinds of fun stuff. There's so much I want to tell you, but I can't. But all will be revealed on the 23rd of March. So yeah, look out for that, because I have done a lot of stuff this past like week or two. So yeah, it's a big deal. I just can't say anything, but I've vlogged, I've done tons of videos. I just can't release them until this thing goes live on the 23rd, so just watch out for that. But yeah, so I thought I would just come on here and quickly make a video, just because I don't want to leave you hanging until like all these great videos come out at like the end of the month. So I was like, I've got to film something. But I've been so busy, so I'm working on another project as well. I so questioned in my head if doing YouTube full time and stuff could actually work. And I have been very fortunate, and it is working really well for me. So yeah, just watch this space. But yeah, I thought I'd come on here and make a quick video. Basically, my best friend Jack, my best friend in the whole world, he's actually been on, I think, one of my videos. I don't know. Yeah, at least one. So check that out. We did like a Q&A. I can't remember if we did any more though. But I've been pestering him for years to do a YouTube channel, and he's finally got round to doing one. So yeah, you have to go and subscribe to him. His channel's Jack with 2 K's and then Cahill with a C. I'll link it down below. But yeah, you have to go and check out his channel. He's so sweet, he's so amazing, he's such like a little star. But yeah, he just uploaded his coming out video, and it kind of like inspired me to copy it. Just mainly because I get asked it a lot, like how did I come out to my family and stuff, and I've never actually done a video on it. So I thought, oh well, might as well. And it's a shameless plug to get people to go over to his channel, because it's so hard when you first start out. I mean, it's so hard at the stage I'm at now, but where he's at is like, it's really difficult. So yeah, coming out, it's not something you'd ever want to go through twice. Everyone has come out differently that I know. No two coming outs are ever the same. Me personally, the way I went about it was I sort of prolonged the experience. So rather than officially coming out, I more just sort of inch things forward bit by bit. So obviously I grew up and I was very flamboyant, and as like a little child I always had Barbie, loved the Spice Girls, loved to play with like Polly Pocket and all that kinds of 90s crap. So I think it was pretty clear to my parents and everyone that I was a bit special. But then as I got older, rather than just turning around and saying like, oh, I want to be a woman, I instead sort of, oh, sorry, my camera does not like me today. I instead just sort of just took things step by step. So rather than saying, oh, mum and dad, I think I want to be a woman, I got to like 12 and it was, oh, I want to grow my hair out. And then it was, I want to get my ears pierced. And then it was, you know, I started wearing eyeliner and, you know, just stuff like that. So I think it was very clear to my parents that I was not from the walking land and I was a child of the sea. But then it got to that I was about 16, and when I got to about 15, 16, that's when obviously you're really going out on your own with your friends, buying your own clothes, like doing your own thing. And obviously I then left my boys' school at 16. So it was like, okay, right, now's the time that if I'm going to go to college at 16 and want people to treat me like a woman, I'm going to have to kind of not just do eyeliner and crap on the weekends in town with my friends. This is going to become like a daily sort of thing. So I didn't say anything, you know. I would just come downstairs for college with my fake eyelashes on and my high heels and stuff and just see if I got away with it. Mum and Dad never said anything to me. But then when I was about 17, just about to turn 18, one of my friends was turning 18 from college, and we were all going to go clubbing, like for the first time. Super excited. All my friends were going. I really wanted to go, and I was like, I need some form of ID. Like, in the UK, all you can really use for ID is a driving license, even if it's a provisional, or a passport. And I was like, well, my passport's run out, and it's just quick and easy. Like, everyone was getting their provisional driving licenses, and I was like, I really want one of those. So I wanted to apply for it, but I thought, if I apply for it, and I apply for it as like Bradley Moore, but then I show up at the club like this, people are going to be like, you know, what the hell? And then could you imagine a massive bouncer, like, you know, taking one look at me and being like, excuse me, what's going on? And then, you know, I had it in my head that then people in the line might find out, and, you know, a bunch of drunk straight men trying to beat you up or something. So I was terrified about that. So I was like, oh God, this is it. You know, I've been calling myself Brooke for years now at college, but like, this is it. I'm gonna have to, like, because my parents didn't know about that, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna actually have to like do something. So I remember I went up to my mum, and I was like, I explained that to my mum about the whole like ID and stuff, and I said that it would just be so much safer for me if I had an ID that was like a different name. And Mum was like, yeah, no, that's fine, but you're gonna have to go and explain all this to Dad, like. And I was like, oh, why? So I don't know why. I think it's just it's scary going to your dad with stuff like this. Although my dad is a massive softie, it's just, he's like such a man's man. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so I went downstairs to my dad, and I was like, Dad, and I explained the same thing to him about like the whole, it make my life easier and safer. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. He was like, you do know that like if you change your name to like Brooke and say that you're a woman, like people are going to treat you like a woman. Is this what you want? And I was like, yes. And he was like, yeah, that's cool, just as long as you know that, like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, obviously I knew, I was just like, you know, playing dumb, but yeah, that was like how I came out. I mean, I've never officially come out to, I never come out to anyone really, like, as in I've never had to sit down and be like, oh, so, well, tell a lie actually. So obviously that was my whole experience for back then. And I live in a small town, so everyone knows me. All the kids knew that I was like trans and different. Like, I never had to tell anyone. But then all I wanted was to live a normal, boring life. And then that's what I got. I got like a normal, boring life for like 6 years at Topshop. And no one knew that I was transgender or anything. And only up until recently, like when I went for this whole shoot last week, was I actually interacting with people, and I was having to tell them that I'm trans, because it was like, you know, I was meeting amazing people, and they were like, you know, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I do YouTube and stuff. Oh, what sort of videos do you make? And I'm like, and I was having to tell people, the first time in ages, I was having to like literally sit down and be like, so I'm transgender. And oh my God, when you're at a state where I am now, where I'm still transitioning, like, don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of this hot mess that I need to change and fix, but overall I'm all right, you know. I walk down the street and I'm happy. When you get to a point in life where you're happy with how you look, you then feel so comfortable and confident with just coming up to people and being like, yeah, I'm transgender, what about it, you know. But when you're like going through the change, I feel like there's a pressure on people to announce everything to everyone when they're not even quite ready themselves. Like, so back when I was still fully transitioning, so it was like, you know, is it a boy, is it a girl, what is it? I wasn't comfortable and confident going around and telling everyone like, I'm transgender. Like, no, I was like, just don't let me hide in the corner. So yeah, that's why I kind of just dripped out my sort of transition and coming out. You know, the reason why I kind of wanted to make this video is because I wanted to tell the younger ones, like, don't feel the need that you have to go down and, you know, so the minute you've got it in your head, like, right, this is it, I want to start this journey, you don't have to, only if you want to, you don't have to then and there, you know, start shouting it at the top of your lungs like, I am transgender, if it doesn't make you feel comfortable. You know, just as long as you have people around you that support you and love you, you'll get through it. Like, I never once had to tell my parents that I was transgender. Like, I mean, obviously they know, like, my whole family watches these videos and everything, but I still haven't, you know, really sat down and been like, so, you know, I think it's because I was worried about what they might say. I know my family would worry that, like, if I had turned around years ago and I was going to be like, so mum, you know, I'm transgender and I want to go through all this ridicule and, like, daily bullying and procedures and this, that, the other, like, her initial reaction would not be happy. She'd be like, oh my god, like, she wouldn't stop me and she'd support me, but she'd be like, oh my god, this is the last thing I'd want my baby to go through, is, you know, because all your parents want for you is like a normal life. But then, that being said, to any parents that are watching this that have transgender children, like, all you have to do is support them. Like, you don't have to comment on anything. You don't, I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to be worried about someone and not say something, but the less you say, the better. The more you're just like, I'm here for you if you need me, and, you know, we'll get through this together. That's all someone like me wants to hear. Like, you don't need to hear, you know, you don't want a ton of questions when you're still figuring stuff out yourself. You don't want someone telling you how dangerous it is and life altering. Like, you just want someone there to hold your hand. That's all you want. Like, don't even have to speak, just hold my hand. But yeah, coming out for me was really, really smooth, and I'm now at a point in life where I'm so happy that I never thought I would get to this point. But, you know, it took me a while to come out, like, as in, like I said, I just sort of drip fed it to everyone. But I was in no rush to just, you know, here I am, out and proud, because I knew that transitioning into a woman doesn't happen overnight. Like, you don't just all of a sudden think, right, this is it, you know, I know who I am, I'm meant to be a woman, I'm gonna go on this journey. Like, you don't just then click the next day you're a woman. Like, it doesn't happen like that. Like, it takes a long process. I mean, I'm 23 and I still have such a far way to go, and I've been slowly but surely doing this, like, inch by inch, since I was like 13, you know, so it's taken me 10 years to get to this stage already. So don't rush it. Don't be in a rush to, like, you know, think that everything's going to happen overnight, that people are going to be accepting overnight, that you're going to look like a woman overnight. Like, it's a journey, it's a slow one. Just as long as you've got support, that's all you need. But yeah, I think it's hard when you come out as trans, because I think a lot of families have people who are different, who are gay or bi or lesbian or whatever. Like, a lot of families either have that in their family, or they have close friends or colleagues or something that are, you know, slightly different. But not everyone has someone who's transgendered in their life. Like, I was having a conversation with someone when I was off on this this filming shoot, and they're like my biggest idol. But I was talking to her and I was explaining, like, you know, all of this to her, and she was saying that, like, up until she met me, like, I'm the only person she's ever met in her life, and she's a huge YouTuber, like massive. So I was like, I'm the only transgender person you've ever met? And she was like, yeah, you know, she meets hundreds of people a week, you know, but I'm the only one she's ever met. And it's, you know, so that's why I was kind of nervous of, you know, telling everyone, because not everyone knows someone like me. So they only have, you know, like the people they see on telly to go off of as a reference, and they're not always the best. So that's why I like to make my videos and put myself out there, because just if someone could watch it and be like, oh, you're not what I expected. And funnily enough, that's what she said. That's what everyone said. They're like, oh, you're like, I've never met someone who's transgender before, and I would never have thought they'd be like you. Like, you're really normal and pretty. And I was like, oh, thanks. You know, like, I take it as a massive compliment. You know, I think if people, when people have known in the past, like when friends of mine have been to like their new boyfriend or something, like, oh, you have to meet my friend Brooke, you know, just let you know she's transgender or whatever. I'll then, you know, go out for lunch, meet them, and the boyfriend will turn around and be like, oh my God, like, you are not what I was expecting. I was expecting like some big old man in a dress to come in. And not meaning it in an offensive way, it's just that's because they have no one in their life to use as a reference. So they only reference people that they've seen on television programs and stuff that are like hot ass messes. So yeah, I've waffled big time, and it's going to be like a 20-minute video, so sorry. So yeah, just do it how you want to do it. Like, come out when you want, to who you want, and how you want. There's no right or wrong. As long as people know in the end, because then it just helps you, you know, to be true to yourself. But if it takes you months, years, whatever, to get there, just, you know, do it how you feel is best for you. I think there's a lot of pressure with a lot of videos that are out there at the moment with like coming out stories that like you have to come out as soon as possible and just sit your parents down and be like, you know, I'm transgender and you're gonna have to like it, you know, like you just do it how you feel is good, you know. So that's all I was trying to say. I've probably like offended 100 people with this video. But yeah, so go and check out Jack's. His coming out story is really cute, and it's linked in with mine because we went through everything together, like two little gay boys. I just went a little bit further. But yeah, go and check him out. He's actually gonna come around to mine in a bit, and we're gonna film some like challenges and stupid shit together because it's always fun, and you feel a bit like a plonker when you do it on your own, so that's handy to have a friend. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and just keep posted, like, you know, keep an eye out on this channel, but keep an eye out on my Instagram as well, because I've kind of been leaking what I've been doing on there. But yeah, you have to watch because I'm really, really proud and happy and honoured and all that kind of gooey stuff. So yeah, you've got to watch what comes out. So thanks guys, see you later.
I'm wasted, my heart grows heavy.